Hi there, welcome to my channel Mandu to Fundu. In this video, I am going to discuss about the solution for removing all matching elements in an array. Let's look at the problem description. We are given an integer array nums and an integer val. We have to remove all the occurrences of this val in the nums array, and we have to do that in place, meaning we should not use any additional space. And after this operation, the order of elements may be changed in that nums array. And finally, we have to return the number of elements in nums array which are not equal to val. So let's look at the example 1. So the input has nums 3, 2, 2, 3 and the val is 3. So we have to remove all the occurrences of 3 in this array, and we have to return the length of the subarray which has only number 2. So the output will be 2, and the nums array's first 2 entries will be, and the length of this input array is ranging from 0 to 100, and each element value is ranging from 0 to 50, and the value to be removed is ranging from 0 to 100. Let's see how we can solve this problem. So the input array has 3, 2, 2, 3, and the value to be removed is 3. We have to solve this problem in place without allocating any additional space. So I will be maintaining two indexes, read index and write index. So I will iterate over this array. So whenever I see an element pointed by r index, read index is not equal to the value to be removed, then I will write that value in the index pointed by write index. Then I advance the write index pointer, so that at the end of processing all the elements in the array, the initial part of the array contains the elements which are not equal to 3. We can simply return the write index as the return value. Basically that will give us the number of elements in that array which are not equal to the value 3. Let's look at the flow chart. Input for this procedure is the nums array, value to be removed. So first, the read and write indexes are initialized to 0, and then the count is initialized to the number of elements in the array. Basically we are looping over all the elements in the array. So we check whether all the elements are processed. If not, we check whether the current element pointed by the read index matches the val. If yes, we simply move on to the next iteration. If it doesn't match, then whatever the value pointed by the read index will be copied over to the entry pointed by the write index, and then we increment the write index, and then we'll continue with the next iteration. So at the end, once we process all the elements, we'll break out of the loop and we will return the write index value. That will give us the number of elements in that input array which are not matching the val. Let's move on to coding. First, I will initialize the write index to 0 and then count to nums array, length of the nums array, and then we will be iterating over the alright. Now we will be checking if the elements pointed by the read index I is not equal to the val. Then what do we do? Nums of right index equals nums of I, and then we have to increment the right index. So when we come out of the loop, we return the IDX. Okay. So let's run this program. Okay, cool. It's accepted. So the value to be removed is 2, and we will be returning the number of elements in that array as 2. So the first 2 elements in that array is printed out. And what about the case 2? So in this case 2, we have to remove the value 2, so it should contain 0, 1, 3, 0, 4. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to submit this program. Cool. It's accepted. Let's do the code walkthrough with sample input. We have the nums array 3, 2, 2, 3, and the value to be removed is 3. In the iteration 0, both read and write index is pointing to the first element in the array, and we check whether that element is not equal to the val, but it is equal to. So we simply advance the read index pointer to the next, pointing here. So in the iteration 1, we compare this value 2 with the val 3, which is not matching. So what do? We copy it to the index pointed by the right index, and then we advance the right index pointer as well as the read index pointer. So that's what we see here. So the 2 is returned, and now we compare the read index. We compare the element pointed by the read index with the val, which is not matching. So what do? We copy this element into an entry pointed by the right index. So that is done here, and we advance both the read pointer and the write pointer. So it is pointing, the right index points to the third element and read index points to the fourth element. So here we compare the fourth element with the val, which is matching. So we simply advance the read pointer. So we are reaching the end of the array. Then at the end, we return the right index 2. So the value 2 indicates in the current array the number of elements from the beginning which do not match the value 2. Let's do the time and space complexity for this solution. So we use this input for doing the time and space complexity analysis. So this array has 4 elements. So we iterate over all the elements in that array, and we have to perform this comparison operation 4 times. So, but this piece of code executes only when the value is not matching. But this comparison is running as many number of times as the size of the input array. So the time complexity of this algorithm is order of n. With respect to the space complexity, we do not allocate any additional space related to the input size. We just simply allocate only the 2 variables which are constant size regardless of the input size. So the space complexity is order of 1. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.